Hello, I'm in my bedroom, so let's just put that down there. No, wait, that's not right. That's not very secure. Bear with. No, that's not right either. Hello again. I've been working really hard on a big film project recently. It might sound like a holiday slideshow, but it is in fact a vlog, film, documentary, comedy thing. I don't think anybody has ever done anything quite like it, really. I'm calling it The Vacation Diaries. I was going to release it this week, but when I put the third part of the film up, a notice appeared saying that a piece of music in the film belonged to Sony, and that the video would therefore be blocked in Germany. A bit random, but we persevere. I removed that video, and in fact all of the videos to do with The Vacation Diaries, because I didn't want to get in trouble with a multi-billion-dollar industry. Right, as with any film, that was a setback, but it also gave me the idea to make this film. Copyright law dates back to the 15th century, and many people today would agree that those first basic laws are very similar to the ones today, as in archaic, antiquated, outdated if you prefer. The first statute of copyright law came into effect in the year 1710, and it's called the Statute of Anne. Named after Queen Anne, look. I should point out that that picture is in fact fair use. I have a point. If you have ever listened to music on YouTube, you might have noticed a small notice saying, "Buy this track from iTunes," which I agree with. I support artists by buying CDs, novelists by buying books, and the film industry by buying DVDs. However, that notice is there because the music is copyrighted. Now, some, however, a little vague on the details, those music tracks are actually allowed to exist on YouTube, while others are hastily removed because of copyright claims, which is where I was getting worried for my small film. I didn't want it to get removed because I borrowed a song or two. Now, this is the complicated bit, so I have post-its to help. I own copyright. I'm a novelist, and to protect my work, I have given it to a reputable company who will look after it so that nobody can steal my ideas before I can make money out of them. However, most of the mainstream music that you listen to today is copyrighted to the record labels, and not the artists. The record labels sign the artists, and then in turn, the record label distributes the work and makes money from the artist. Which is fine, it's an industry, but when I get my book published, I will still own the copyright, not the publisher. Legally, you cannot upload any music onto YouTube that you do not own, even with a link to iTunes. People put music videos up all the time, stating that they do not own the copyright. However, YouTube is currently owned by Google, which means, well, so we'll just forget the law on that bit. The law is outdated because information can be sent around the world in a flash, and this includes music, film, and ebooks. And the great majority of this might surprise you, is being sent illegally. No! Without permission of the original owners. It really is about time that the law changed to accommodate this fibre optic way of doing things. You can't stop people uploading videos onto YouTube at an astonishing rate, which is probably the reason you can listen to nearly every song there is on YouTube. Some bands and labels have very cleverly caught on and started putting their music up on YouTube. It is possible for the law to be changed, but let's be optimistic here. In this country, we don't hang people anymore. Back to my film. Well, obviously I want to operate within the law, so I'm going to try and use music that is in the public domain. Here is an example. Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata there. Fair use. Beethoven has been dead for 184 years, which means the copyright has expired. In this country, it takes 70 years for somebody to be dead in order for that copyright to expire. In Mexico, it takes 100 years. However, it's not as simple as that. Despite the fact that these pieces are in the public domain and the copyright has expired, people can still copyright performances of that piece of music. I wanted to play a second piece of classical music, but then I found the small print on the CD. Unauthorised public performance, broadcasting and copying of this work prohibited. Uh-oh, this is awkward. Somebody is calling me on my communicator. Actually, this gives me an idea. Ahoy hoy. If you go into a public place like a shop and you hear music playing over the speakers, that shop needs a license in order to play the music. But if you overhear somebody playing Lady Gaga on a smartphone, they don't need a license. Weird. You could be in Times Square and play an entire album, and it would be legal. I'm not going to go so far as to say what I believe the law should be. It's just, I think that we've gone a little bit way past the printing press. The law also differs from country to country, so that's complicated. I think that's it. Everything in this video is original and fair use content. Very nearly.